I ain't doing this one. We can have all the fun we want with these video games and this showcase and these fantasy matchups like Offensica versus Bubba Ray and Diva. But I'm not doing shtick about Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. That's a little too volatile. And it's way too personal for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins came up together in the Shield. And Seth Rollins took it upon himself to disband the Shield by blindsiding Roman Reigns with a chair. At WrestleMania 31, Roman Reigns, in the main event of WrestleMania, was about to win the WWE title when Seth Rollins cashed in Money in the Bank and stole the main event, the match, and the title from Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns lost the undisputed championship after almost 4 years, the greatest title reign of all time, to Cody Rhodes. Not because Cody Rhodes was the better man, but because Seth Rollins was right there. And the seduction, the bloodlust that Roman Reigns had for that moment of revenge was too much for Roman Reigns to give up. And for the first time in Roman Reigns' life, he took his eye off the ball for that much time and smashed Seth Rollins with a chair, the same way Seth did a decade earlier to Roman. And that moment gave Cody Rhodes all he needed to end the most historic title reign in WWE history. I'm supposed to do shtick about Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for a showcase? I mean, it's smart, because the next time Roman Reigns steps into the ring with Seth Rollins will be the last time Seth Rollins steps into a ring. Next time Roman Reigns gets his hands on Seth Rollins, you won't have your architect anymore. You won't have your visionary anymore. You won't have your revolutionary anymore. You will have your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, but you'll never again have Seth freaking Rollins. Roman Reigns will put an end to Seth Rollins in WWE. And then the only way you'll ever be able to see Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins will be in the WWE 2K25 showcase. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins from the 2022 Royal Rumble. And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
The big question as we kick off Royal Rumble, will Roman survive tonight?
Well, the man who's walking down the aisle here in front of 44,000 plus is the greatest champion of all time, transcending the business. And tonight, it's personal. Look at this. Even more mind games from Rollins. As we heard that music pop right there, the Shield, you can't help but have a little nostalgia. You can't help but think back to the glory days of when the Shield would go to town, beating everybody down. Until that man right there, Seth freaking Rollins, decided to tear it apart.
Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns so well. He knows how to prey on the insecurities of the Universal Champion. He knew there was one thing that Reigns will never get over, and that is that Seth Rollins chose to end the Shield.
The infamous blow to the back of Roman Reigns with a steel chair many years ago, which broke up perhaps the greatest faction in WWE history. Well, tonight, Rollins will use that to get in the head of the champ and win the Universal title.
And that title, the WWE Universal. The Royal Rumble Premium Live event kicks off with a match between two former brothers. Roman Reigns in his record 516-day reign as Universal Champion versus Seth Rollins, donned in the old gear that they used to wear in the Shield.
Rollins looks very comfortable in that tactical vest yet again.
But he's even more comfortable inside the head of the Tribal Chief. We haven't seen Roman with this type of look, this type of confusion in 500+ days.
Propped up in the corner.
Even before Seth put his gear on, he came into this match with a clear-cut advantage.
You're right, Cole. 1 week ago on SmackDown, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens defeated the Usos. As a result, Jimmy and Jay are barred from ringside.
It was an all-or-nothing move, as Rollins would have lost his title opportunity had that match gone the other way. It just proves that Seth freaking Rollins will take every freaking risk to win.
Oh, shoulder to the gut. You want to wear your Shield gear? You want to play mind games with the head of the table, Seth? This is what you get. Be prepared for the wrath of the Tribal Chief.
Here he comes, sliding back into the ring. Seth freaking Rollins has made it extremely personal with Roman Reigns. Years ago when he destroyed the Shield, and again in the lead up to this match.
And if I'm Roman, I'm taking all that aggression and ending this quickly. Go full force and incapacitate Rollins ASAP, because the longer Reigns fights with all his rage, the more potential he has to make a tactical error.
Oklahoma slam! Gentlemen, for 17 months, Roman Reigns has dominated. He had special counsel and cousins to help him stay in control, to keep his cool, to concentrate on the business at hand. But now Paul Heyman is gone, and the Usos are barred from ringside.
Without those calming forces, cracks have started to show. Every comment Rollins has made about their past cuts deeper. Every mind game breaks Roman's spirit even further. This might be the toughest physical battle the Tribal Chief has faced, but it definitely is his toughest mental battle. Reigns is going to look to press on the advantage.
Reigns isn't allowing that burst of attacks to throw him off his...
game. Reigns really having his way right here.
The power and rage of the Tribal Chief is just overwhelming Rollins here.
Powerbomb.
I have to admit, it's a pretty cold move for Rollins to just take the years of history the Shield had and turn it into a joke here tonight.
It's appalling. Saxton, Rollins has always treated that sacred history as a joke. Now we know that Roman Reigns is a loyal man, a family man. What Seth Rollins did to his family 8 years ago was cowardly. Now it's time for Rollins to pay.
Rollins getting worked on here.
And you can see Seth is being run into the ground by Roman. Reigns has his opponent in a fireman's carry
and driven down with a flapjack.
To reverse it. There's the pin for the championship. Instantly, he has his shoulders up.
Truly cannot believe that didn't even get a 1 count.
Oh. Soul kick. Oh, and Roman fights back. Hoisted up high here. No idea what he's planning here.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything good, Cole. Chess match of counters and reversals happening here. One counter met by another. One answer after another. Neither competitor giving an inch.
Lift it up. What's next?
The stomp has been so effective for Rollins, but he might have an even more dangerous move this night with the pedigree.
Indeed, the pedigree made famous by a man who's been part of this story since the beginning. Triple H, the man who manipulated Rollins into turning on the Shield, became something of a father figure for Rollins.
And judging by the cerebral approach Rollins has taken tonight, he indeed knows how to play the game.
And he gets set back into the ring. Oh, tossed to ringside. He's out of the ring. What does he have in mind now? Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns so well, says he knows how to prey on the insecurities of the Universal Champion.
Rollins knew there was one thing that Roman Reigns could never, ever get over, that it was Seth Rollins who chose to end the Shield.
That blow to the back of Roman Reigns with a steel chair so many years ago broke up perhaps the greatest faction in WWE history. Who would have thought that moment would still loom so large and be the biggest key to victory for Seth freaking Rollins?
And he exits the ring.
Better watch the count. Set straight into the barricade. All these counters, it's like they're in each other's minds. Delivered into the barricade.
Really needs to take this back to the ring ASAP. The referee's not playing around. Tossed back into the ring.
What a spear by Reigns!
Perfect execution by the champion.
Guys, I think he just got busted open.
Oof, yeah, that does not look good.
Can he continue like this?
Right to the back of the neck. What a blow.
Good night.
Arm smash after the stops.
The Tribal Chief has been dominant over the last 516 days since he captured the Universal Championship. Month after month, he's dominated every top contender on the SmackDown roster.
Roman Reigns has beaten big names over the last year and a half, but Braun Strowman, Rey Mysterio, the Demon Finn Balor, even John Cena. The Reigns has identified the target.
Spear by Reigns.
Chance to retain here. The champ might have put this one to bed.
Up into the fireman's carry.
And
Switches into a flapjack.
Reigns is wasting no motion.
This can't be how Rollins envisioned his night going.
dribbling the opponent's head like a basketball.
Kick.
Nasty kick.
He just flipped the script there.
Down around to the schoolboy. Shoulders are down.
Still in it with a quick kick out.
We're well into the match, and he still seems so fresh. It's almost unbelievable.
Oh, Seth gets caught with a counter. Oh, and Rollins. Here comes Seth. Sling blade. Rollins cover to be crowned champion. He's able to beat a 2 count.
That's smart. Taking the one to catch your breath.
title is within reach.
Kidding me!
Reigns, Rollins, both men are waging an epic battle.
For years, these Shield brothers would go town to town and beat the competition to a pulp. Tonight, they're doing it to each other. Wow! Ooh!
Got out of there at the perfect time.
Single leg drop kick.
Reigns able to sidestep. Ooh! Is able to avoid heavy contact.
Bringing this back into the ring.
Reigns laying down the gauntlet for his opponent.
He doesn't have much time to get back in the ring. Bam! By Reigns!
Will the champ make that pay off? And a stomp to the gut.
Oh, and a kick.
Oof! Kick lands.
Oof! Getting up real slow. Not quite all there.
Superman punch from Reigns. Abs.
Reigns in the corner. Ready to strike. The champ taking care of business here.
And now going for the victory.
Is this it?
Oh, he kicked out.
Simply refusing to let this opportunity slip away.
And who knows if there'll be another shot, yet you can't give up now.
I don't believe it. Reigns has ended so many matches that way, but this one just took an unexpected turn. The head of the table and Seth freaking Rollins are at war right now.
Bombs being thrown between. Finds the roll up.
Makes a cover. Shoulders are down. To retain. Cover.
I don't even think Roman's aware of where he is. And Reigns retains the title.
Here is your winner, and still.
Bell rings and the WWE Universal title is on the line. Roman Reigns over 500 days as Universal Champion, but nobody has been in his head like his old brother-in-arms, Seth Rollins.
Well, Seth freaking Rollins tore that brotherhood apart 8 years ago, and we can now see that the tribal chief never truly recovered from that night.
Well, speaking of family, the Usos have been banned from ringside, and last month, Roman fired Heyman from the bloodline. So right now, the head of the table needs to win without any allies by his side.
Placing him in the corner here. Shoulder right to the midsection. And the wise man, Paul Heyman, will be at ringside for...
Oh, schoolboy!
Shoulders down here! And he kicks out.
Maybe just testing the waters with that one.
Vicious right forearm.
Oh, gets to the rope.
That'll break up the submission.
Rollins lining up.
Springboard, but nobody home.
Oh, what a headbutt. Schoolboy takedown.
Oh no, wait a minute.
Powerbomb. Roman Reigns focusing that anger, using it to get the advantage over Seth Rollins.
Connects on the kick.
Gentlemen, for 17 months, Roman Reigns has dominated. He had special counsel and cousins to help him stay in control, to keep his cool, to concentrate on the business at hand. But now Paul Heyman is gone and the Usos are barred from ringside.
Without those calming forces, cracks have started to show. Every comment Rollins has made about their past cuts deeper. Every mind game breaks Roman's spirit even further. This might be the toughest physical battle the tribal chief has faced, but it definitely is his toughest mental battle.
Roman certainly seems out of his comfort zone right now, guys.
Reigns and his comfort zone aren't even in the same zip code tonight, Cole. Unless he can snap out of it fast, he's going to make a mistake that Rollins will capitalize on.
Reigns seems to be taking just a little bit more pleasure than he usually does as he piles on the attacks. The disdain he has for Rollins is off.
The pin for the championship. Fending off a 2 count there.
I think this match still has a ways to go.
Jumping knee drop.
So precise.
Even before Seth put his gear on, he came into this match with a clear-cut advantage.
You're right, Cole. 1 week ago on SmackDown, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens defeated the Usos. As a result, Jimmy and Jay are barred from ringside.
It was an all-or-nothing move, as Rollins would have lost his title opportunity had that match gone the other way. It just proves that Seth freaking Rollins will take every freaking risk to win.
Oh, God.
Reigns, ready to strike! Superman punch!
Absolutely laid Rollins out. And now Reigns can finally overcome his former Shield brother.
And there's the Uranagi. Landed them. Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns so well. Says he knows how to prey on the insecurities of the Universal Champion.
Rollins knew there was one thing that Roman Reigns could never, ever get over. That it was Seth Rollins who chose to end the Shield.
That blow to the back of Roman Reigns with a steel chair so many years ago broke up perhaps the greatest faction in WWE history. Who would have thought that moment would still loom so large and be the biggest key to victory for Seth freaking Rollins?
Big powerbomb.
The power on display right now is ridiculous.
Just ejected from the ring. He's looking to take things to the outside now.
I have to admit, it's a pretty cold move for Rollins to just take the years of history the Shield had and turn it into a joke here tonight.
It's appalling, Saxton. Rollins has always treated that sacred history as a joke. Now we know that Roman Reigns is a loyal man, a family man. What Seth Rollins did to his family 8 years ago was cowardly. Now it's time for Rollins to pay. Mounting their downed opponent and firing off a series of blows.
Oh, a nasty stop to finish it off.
Seth Rollins' chances are whittling down.
The power and rage of the Tribal Chief is just overwhelming Rollins here. Boom!
Climbing to the top. What's he thinking? Time from the top. Through the air. And connects.
That's going to be on highlight reels for a long time.
Incredible courage to even attempt that.
Oh, what a clothesline. I hate to say this, but the Tribal Chief has become extremely frazzled without the benefit of having the bloodline by his side.
Every little move Rollins makes seems to put Reigns on edge. This outfit, the Shield's entrance music. I bet if Rollins gave Roman a fist bump, it would make the Tribal Chief go nuclear.
Roman Reigns has just taken command.
And you can see Seth's fist bump, it would make the Tribal Chief go nuclear.
Rollins can't find any reprieve right now.
The power and rage of the Tribal Chief is just overwhelming Rollins here.
Reigns hits it!
That's got to be it. Consider the championship retained. I don't even think Roman's aware of where he is anymore. He has tunnel vision for Rollins. The only thing the Tribal Chief is seeing right now is red. And heaven have... mercy on Reigns, old Shield brother now.
And here's Reigns now, misses wildly with the clothesline attempt. Spear! Spear by Reigns! Roman Reigns from out of nowhere with a spear!
That could end it for Rollins if Roman could just make the cover.
Roman trying to fight through the pain. Oh my, guys. Guys, look at what Rollins is doing.
After all these two have been through, Rollins wants that Shield fist bump.
Reigns shaking it off as Rollins continues to try to play mind games.
Yeah, but that may have triggered a litany of emotions within the tribal chief. Reigns unsure of what to do.
Roman Reigns determining what to do now. Will he slay his former brother? Reigns now. Look, gonna lock in the guillotine. Submission
Well, there's your
locked
answer.
in. Submission move locked in.
Rollins in major peril right now. Rollins looking like he's starting to fade.
Seth trying desperately to make it to the bottom rope.
I'm not sure he can make it, Corey.
Trying to make it to the rope to force some sort of break. Seth trying to hang on. How can he do this here? Is Rollins going to tap here? What's Rollins going to do? Is he going to tap out?
Well, he makes it to the rope. Reigns has a 5 count to break the hold.
And Reigns breaks the hold here. Roman breaks the hold, and this match continues.
It just shows you how locked in Roman Reigns is to winning this match. Rollins just motionless now.
The tribal chief has acquired the target. This is spear. The champ might have just sealed.
I guess it was time to switch gears.
What is he doing? Oh!
Roman cannot be stopped here.
And you can see Seth is being run into the ground by Roman. Reigns, Rollins, both men are waging it.
Reigns on the money with a Superman punch. And a thunderous spear. Did the champ just close this out?
Makes the cover.